Thank you for joining Creative Rights Initiative session. I am Kakui of Wacom, working at Creative Business Unit Enterprise Stream. With this project, using ink technology that Wacom has, we gave thought whether signature could be provided to artworks which all of the creators produce for safe distribution. This project started with the idea if we could create for creators to be rewarded or benefit. Having said this, unfortunately, Wacom's technology resides only in pen and ink. Thus, there are many domains that can't be covered solely by us, such as distribution scheme for platform software development, blockchain for creative work to take a tangible shape that is not in place yet. To work on this project, Wacom has found there are people who shared this idea but working for different companies with facing similar challenges. Therefore, by gathering together, we were all resonated, leading to a project creation. With that, Wacom decided to take a lead. This project started with these panelists on the stage. I hope you will enjoy our discussion until the end of this session. Let me briefly introduce today's panelist. PGN Corporation, Mr. Kazuki Yanagisawa, Pixiv Incorporated, Mr. Kazuki Koga, Tosho Printing, Mr. Shusuke Takahashi, Startbahn Incorporated, Mr. Keisuke Ota. Now, Wacom, Mr. Ryojishi, and myself, Kakui. Thank you. As to the purpose of this project, I forgot to turn the slide onto the next page. These are the members to proceed for today's panel discussion. Again, as to the joint purpose of this project, it will be explained by Mr. Ishii of Wacom. I'm Ishii of Wacom. Creative Rights Initiative is a joint project to aspire to achieve a world where creators become more prosperous and be able to work in a secure manner. Wacom is promoting a concept called lifelong ink. In addition to the process of producing works per se, we have put thought on an initiative to support life of the produced work and creator's life. Recently, an increase in creation of works where not much difference or gap between professionals and non-professionals is recognized. In the midst of this trend over the internet, distribution, consumption, usage of content are on the rise in the globe. Also, there is a growing number of contents where rights authors are unidentified or unknown. Under this circumstance, there is no appropriate cycle in place when it comes to protecting content or its rights and proper usage that should bring considerations or revenue to authors for them to produce subsequently. This is our recognition of the issue. We Wacom have been thinking to support for solving such issues so that creators can produce their works with a sense of security to bring out them. Wacom has thought to build a system to offer more considerations and revenue for creators than now. With those companies agreed that idea as brought in as a joint project, Creative Rights Initiative has been initiated. The main focus of this project is illustrations and art and also 3D domain in the future. Creators will produce artworks with the digital technology, publicize, post, and make them printed. Those printed works will be exhibited and distributed throughout this cycle. This project is aiming to support a protection of creators' rights and establish a mechanism to connect the digital and real world for new contents creation and its distribution. As a first step to implement that initiative, we are working on building a system that enables to record accurately and authenticate subsequently for such information, including who produced the work, who has the right to retain. That is all from myself. Thank you, Ishii-san, for your comment. The purpose of this is that you would like to give a concrete shape for the idea of creator first from the viewpoint of a protection. Correct? Now, in regards to POC, it could be difficult to follow. If I were to explain verbally, I will show you a video to gain some images. This video shot is about 1 minute long. Please be ready for a video. You have just watched the POC movie. Let me briefly explain over this. The signature made by a creator on illustration apps is managed in the form of data and blockchain. You can check what is attached as a printed version. The video illustrated that there is a system to manage artworks in a proper fashion. The movie you saw was just a fraction of it. Thus, I would like to ask panelists what role that they played. The first initiative for drawing illustration was taken by Pixiv. Koga-san, floor is yours. I'm Koga of Pixiv. With this POC, we were responsible for connecting certifying technology of Wacom with draw function and application of our draw of app Pixiv Sketch and user ID. Let me introduce our company briefly. We operate Pixiv that allows to post illustrations, manga, novels, and such. Centered on this, we operate in total of 12 services for creators. Now, cumulative number of users has topped 58 million, and overseas users account for over 60%. It is expected that when works are brought from Japan to other countries, issues such as unauthorized secondary usage or resale of such works. Getting a head start to address potential risks or concerns. Cooperations among our 5 entities, not limited to though, will be needed to remove such risks and concerns. That is a reason to join this project. Thank you very much. Koga-san, thank you. Pixiv Sketch is running behind of application. Now I will call for PGN, which is serving as a core part of it. It is your turn, PGN, please. Thank you. I'm Yanagisawa from PGN. We work on a technology for tools and files, which is a base for creative domain. Specific value is provided to data file of an artwork, and once it is embedded into a file, it serves as an evidence of certain copyrighted work of the creator. When such work is posted, we are responsible for that part of the scheme. This technology alone does not make sense. Thus, it was important to join this work with other 4 companies, which was essential. And this was a very good move. Depending on the scene, hopefully I will contribute to a creation of value in new content. Just to introduce our company has always been engaged in producing paint tools. Since 2011 or so, we have offered a free paint tool called Fire Alpaca, offering an environment for people around the world to draw pictures in digital world easily. Now, at last in 2020, we firmly believe we should more focus on artworks generated through the usage of our tool in order for them to be distributed with new value add. In particular, in the domain of video, a system is already in place so that people show a determined posture now for a generation of revenue by posting their videos. With respect to illustrations as well, we think we should create a dream-inspiring market for not just a handful of people, but for everyone who decides to be a creator. Hopefully, this scheme will help for them to work securely and will offer a foundation to live. We hope this project will serve as a trigger and be useful. As far as an approach from application side, things have been prepared. And thank you very much for your comment. Now, how we should approach from ink side. From that point of view, Ishii-san from Wacom is going to talk how Wacom is involved and what Wacom's roles was.
Yes, once again, this is Ishii from Wacom. As you saw in the movie, embarrassingly enough, I was in that movie. Actually, the first time in my life that I used a concealer and eyebrow liner, which was a quite precious experience. I'm sorry, this is just a side talk. We at Wacom are engaged in technology development such as a proprietary signature authentication technology and other technology to imprint the proof of creation information only held by creators on digital arts. Arts can be made in this POC. We made a development on a trail-based system to generate a unique ID from creating a signature as a transaction and to embed it on the artwork as a watermark. And art can be made public with the information about who created that art. And furthermore, by reading the embedded watermark, art-related info can be searched as well, such as copyright information. And also, we believe by adding to contents creator authentication process, we can also realize the authentication check and distribution control by confirmation, authentication of authors and rights holders. Furthermore, the Startbahn, by collaborating with the blockchain, the proof a service like a Startbahn, the Start Rail, which is provided by Startbahn, we can facilitate the right management and rights transfer, and also the promotion of a secondary distribution. At Wacom, we want to position the art with the author information, which enables us to confirm and prove later as authentic contents. Furthermore, we want to realize the world in which the authentic content can be properly distributed and used by content-related service and fan and collectors. Thank you very much. So now we have the approach from application side and approach from ink side. Now we have the blockchain proof like a Startbahn, and by having this collaboration, I think we have one route established. So, Ota-san from Startbahn, please. Yes, this is Ota from Startbahn. We also had an opportunity to work with Wacom in the last year's Connected Inc., and I've been working with Ishii-san for a long time, at which time we talked about the two-company collaboration for the digital art protection and establishment of the distribution base. After 1 year, it is a great pleasure for us that with new powerful partners to work with. to further promote this concept. Now, we at the company, we are engaged in developing what is called the straight rail, start rail, the blockchain technology for art distribution. And by recording the history and increasing information about art in the process of distribution in robust blockchain, we want to guarantee the authenticity of art and protect the right for the creators. In all, we want to support the distribution of a smooth distribution of art. Furthermore, we have launched another service called Startbahn Cert this year. The blockchain-linked IC tag is connected to the real art, and we can read the information, and the users can read the information only by holding smartphone. And this is POC. We are being utilized in this event. And we are providing this infrastructure. That means that we cannot realize the good content distribution. So after the creation is made by the creator, but at each step, through each creator, we record the information. And that's how we want to participate in this project. And this is trying to achieve the so-called Web 3.0 world. And I'm sure that this era will come. And with the collaboration through ourselves, and we would like to generate the momentum as the by providing the actual use case as the first step. That's all. Thank you very much, Ota-san. So now we have the part for blockchain, application, Inc. blockchain. And at this time, for creator side, we need to have the creation, the art distributed. And we have a Tosho Printing Company. And together with the Startbahn Cert, which was introduced earlier, we have the exhibition using this device. This time, there are new technology about the printing utilized in this exhibition. So Takahashi-san from Tosho Printing Company, please. Yes, hello, this is Takahashi from Tosho Printing Company. As you can imagine from the name of the company, the printing is a business. In this project, we are engaged in the offline domain of the real content creation. In the offline domain, the digital contents are provided, and so when it comes to the real card, I think the value has turned into the premium value if that is made in the real. So in this project, how we can, not that the how we can express digital in the real world, but how we can add to the value when made real. And when we think about the added value, it may be paper, a color, or the gloss, the texture. And that's something that is unique to the real. And by adding to that kind of added value, we would like to generate a different value of the digital content. Another important point in this offline area is that how we can endow the rights and other information on real content, such as IC chip, QR code, are the one way to record information and embed them onto the creation. But in digital content, if you think about the feature of digital content, QR code and printing have a good affinity for these, because when they made real, maybe on the backside of the content, something that can be embedded on the backside for the identity is possible. But having said that, there are quite many hurdles about the shape of the mark, and also other the mark other than the QR. So I think there's many interesting that we can achieve. So the adding to the values and the how we can increase and embed the information, and that's something maybe we can contribute. Thank you very much, Takahashi-san. As I said in the beginning, in the plotting and cover the workload of the creator there are many things that cannot be achieved only by Wacom. But with the cooperation and collaboration with the partners, we are now starting to develop this substance. However, we have made this as a concept. But the real main theme of the session today, which is the digital copyright management, now I would like to open the floor to the speakers. First of all, Takahashi-san from Tosho Printing, please talk about the prospect for future digital copyright. As I'm totally agree for the comment made by Yanagisawa-san. To protect the right of the creators and also to create the system so that we can generate a new source of the revenue for content, so that the world will make the creators to be and continue to be the creator for life. And in order to do so, it is very important how we can properly pay the return to the creators by avoiding an unjust leakage and unjust use of the content, and by evaluating such value, but also through the real, there is something that can work together between the digital content and real content, and this is the kind of the system that we need to create. And by doing so, we can make sure that the payment can be returned to the creators with the right appropriate protection given to the value of the created content.
Transactions are derived from there, meaning, for example, transactions where rights for secondary use have come to surface or resale is carried out among admirers or fans. Money generated through these transactions will go to creators. I would like to unlike this type of transactions to incorporate into the scheme with a perspective of longer and continuous transactions. I do not think this is only my viewpoint, thus maybe others will buy in. Moving forward, I would like to offer an occasion where creators and fans are directly interacting to do some transactions. This kind of concept or vision is a shared idea with you all, I think. We shall bounce different ideas off each other to establish a scheme that connects rights protection to generation of revenue or conservation, so that this will serve as a good opportunity to gather momentum for content creation to distribution stage. Thank you very much. I don't think there is no such world that is only digital or it is only analog. Data was submitted digitally and it is exhibited here. By this output, I was surprised to see how texture changes and how its appearance of the work changes. This will probably help for distribution of artworks in a good manner and good for creators. Next, I would like to ask the comment from Mr. Yanagisawa. We are the tool manufacturer. We have interest in how works are produced. I think the importance remain unchanged down the road. First of all, with respect to initiative, consumers might shy away from this type of scheme, initiative and technology, as they might take this challenge. Having said this, this scheme or technology hopefully blend in well as a given culture and users are using before they know it. For example, in the case of distribution, when it comes to creators, their goal is to earn revenue, and for users, they ask for speediness. From that viewpoint, I suppose the implementation of this scheme into market, where it makes the best use of handiness of dealing with digital technology, in particular in the domain of illustrations. If we were to create a distribution market for cards with the original illustration to be traded or collected, that will have a good compatibility with the scheme. I think it will lower the barrier for creators and users to enter. It will be necessary for cards to show a proper value and certification for authenticity from card trading and collecting perspective. It is probably likely to establish a system that demonstrates value for both digital and physical printing. One, thus this POC effort will make sense. That is how I see the future world. This is just an idea yet, therefore not limited to this idea. I hope various manufacturing companies will buy in and understand this initiative and join us to expand this effort. Thank you for your comment. An idea such as trading cars were mentioned. Personally speaking, I hope some validation will take place in a concrete manner. In the discussion, it was said that a culture to be created, it would be challenging, but I feel it is a brilliant idea with that mindset in yourself to work on this matter. Now I would like to ask Mr. Koga, Pixiv from Pixiv, that you create an illustration. Unexpectedly, you have asked me that question. Future vision of Pixiv is, as Tosho Printing and PGN mentioned, the major premise is to set up the scheme. We have strength in communicating with users, and also we do have user IDs. There is some good case study. Let me share with you. On January 30th of next year, we are going to hold a virtual online sales exhibition. Due to the COVID-19, audience can't visit Pixiv, so that they wear avatar to communicate each other and have fun. This is a one-day event. I have no intention of promoting this event at this stage. When software and services are offered, we actually set up EC service, a booth. Foundational Pixiv platform called Pixiv ID and 3D characters are easily created by the service named Vroid. They are connected in backend. This POC took a topic of Pixiv sketch, drawing software, certification technology by Wacom blockchain and printing. We are good at running this type of event by ourselves under the theme of digital and the physical world.
And we think that this will create a win-win situation by doing so. However, having said that, just 5 companies cannot achieve everything. And after all, we want to make sure that the creators can easily produce, sell, distribute without pushing too hard. And this is the world that we want to create and achieve. And for that, other than these 5 companies, we need to have the partners and companies with the technology need to work together. And this is something that we really want Wacom to lead. And we would like the best effort to join from Pixiv. Thank you very much. Well, thank you very much. Finally, we got the assignment. This time, we were not able to execute demonstration. However, we're not able to do this year. And the NeoCat, the verification trial, is something that we would like to achieve in the future. Yes, by all means. Thank you very much. And finally, Ota-san, please. Yes, there's not much left for me to make any comment about. From a little comment about the blockchain chain. We need to protect the value of the creators properly. And by having the system to have the distribution and smoothly, efficiently, with low cost, we can expand the digital content distribution, both in terms of content as well as the method of distribution. For example, currently, the prevailing contents or the popular contents are big contents. However, by having this kind of a system with less cost for distribution, minor or small content can properly be distributed, and that will be easier. For example, when contents are made on the virtual, the parts part can be clearly identified with the name of the author, and every time that is made, proper return can be paid, and that is the kind of the transaction that needs to be achieved. And in terms of the distribution method, currently, most of the how distribution takes place currently, still a transaction happens within certain platform, but across different platforms, and not just the sales, but secondary and tertiary production or collaboration among the contents can be achieved. This will make altogether the world even more creative. And by providing a proper blockchain technology, we would like to further promote the collaboration with other players. There's much more that I want to discuss, but I think we're running out of time. You talked about the collaboration, which sounds very interesting, not just talking about one creator, but maybe amongst the collaboration and by collaborating amongst the multiple number of collaborations, something interesting will be generated. Well, thank you all. I was planning to finish in 25 minutes, but already we ran out of time. I'm sorry. Now we are really coming to the end of the session. The POC, we made an announcement about this year. Actually, it was started last year. When I started to talk about with the Startbahn in the last year's Connected Inc. In 2019, and we found out that we were talking about thinking about the similar things. So we decided to get together to work for one project by working on something that each company is strong at. But the base is that we want to make sure that the creators are all happy and to create such system. So this is just a newborn project, but we want to grow this project in future. And I hope that we will have the much promoted advanced way that we see this project in next year's Connected Inc. And possibly and hopefully we have new partners to work with. And maybe on this stage we will have a new partner to talk about this project. And if there's anyone who is interested in this project, we are very happy to have someone new. And once again, thank you very much to all the speakers on the stage. And once again, thank you very much to all the audience on site as well on the remote site. And this ends the session for Creative Right Initiative. Thank you very much. This completes today's session here.